gaining a little bit of life, and it makes it so it resets it. So what's cool is you can fire her off, hit somebody, and then that'll reset it while you've charged her up and hit somebody else, and they're resetting. So hey, thanks so much for checking out the channel. If you're curious about any other hero in Empires and Puzzles, you can view my website at anchorgame.com. There you will find I've graded every single hero with a calibrated team of graders. This resource will always be free. Thinking about supporting the hero grades and the breakdown videos? You're welcome to donate. Otherwise, feel free to share this resource with a friend. I have my exclusive line group called Anchor Cove, where you gain access to myself and tons of other experienced players with on-demand information and resources. If that piques your interest, all that information is on the opening page of my website with a short video. Let me dive into today's hero breakdown. Hey, thanks so much for checking out the channel. Today we're going to be doing a brand new hero breakdown on Alice. She was twinkling her cute little red shoes down the yellow brick road to smash your defense in the mouth. Hurts a lot. She's got 741 on her attack, 714 on her defense, and 1326 on her health. Overall, statistically, her attack power is decently up there. Defensive stats are pretty okay. She runs at fast speed. She's part of Riddles of Wonderland event, which means that she gets a bonus for all heroes are also part of Riddles of Wonderland. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. It is a free massive turn-based dark fantasy RPG. To try this game out, all you gotta do, go to the video description, click on the special links. You'll receive 50 gems, 1 energy refill, 100,000 silver, and 1 free champion, Adjudicator. All your treasure is waiting for you right over here. The bonus does come into play between 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes. They all get anywhere between 2% and 12% mana generation, and anywhere between 5% and 20% critical chance. Now this is extremely important to note because the Riddles of Wonderland heroes might actually get impacted, especially with her being on defense, because you have a hero like Jabberwock that could potentially pair well, extremely well, on defense. She deals 430% damage to the target. The target gets minus 44% attack for 3 turns. This effect duration is reset if the target is healed. This effect cannot be dispelled. She is also part of the rogue class, which does definitely help her out. She does have some competition with rogue emblems, but I could definitely see that those get put on her for defense. Now when we look at what she does on Titans, she does have 741 on her attack, which is decently high. It's a little bit above average, but where she comes into play on Titans that she could be used potentially really well is the minus 44% attack for 3 turns. This definitely does help keep your heroes alive, especially if they have defensive down or attack down. I look at heroes like Kingston that have been super awesome for Titan battles, so this is another one of those situations to where the attack down is super helpful. So she does get an A minus there. When we look at what she does on offense, she is an A plus hero. Reason being is she hits the target for a ton of damage. Not to mention she makes it so that the attack power is decreased, which will super help you to keep yourself alive. Now what's really cool is that there is a lot of different little elemental links that potentially make it so the hero gains life. So I do see that the resetting of the attack does happen quite often because they're gaining a little bit of life, and it makes it so it resets it. So what's cool is you can fire her off, hit somebody, and then that'll reset it while you've charged her up and hit somebody else, and they're resetting. So it just becomes a situation where they've got the attack down quite often. A plus there. We look at what she does on defense though. She does get a B grade as a tank. Reason being is she's not really going to do too much. She's only hitting 1 target and her defensive stats aren't that great. Not to mention she could just be hitting any arbitrary hero and could potentially not really matter against getting the minus 44% attack for 3 turns. So that does factor into things. That's why she's got a B grade there. Also a B grade on the flank, mostly because if you have a flank hero, typically you want to hit multiple enemies at a faster speed. She doesn't really impact the board too much. However though, on a wing, she does get an A plus grade. Reason being is she pairs extremely well with a hero like Vila, which sometimes a lot of people are using Vila flanking, and she can be in the wing, so that does help you out. And also she pairs extremely well, like I mentioned before, with Jabberwock, so that does help out. What's really cool is the amount of damage she does deal. It hits a lot, and also with her being on the rogue emblem, she's really hard to kill. So she does have an A+ grade there. She has been downgraded a little bit, and to be honest with you guys, I was considering making this grade an A instead of an A+. Reason being is because there's been a lot of other heroes that have come out in blue that are a little bit more favorable on defense. Overall, still really great hero on defense. When we look at her weekly grade, she does get an A grade on rush attack, mostly because even with her running at fast speed, already with her running at very fast speed, it definitely does help out. And she does deal a lot of damage, and the attack down is definitely super helpful on rush attack. We look at her on buff attack, she does get a B+ grade there, mostly because the only thing that she's really impacting is going to be the attack, but she's still super viable. When we look at her bloody battle grade, she does get an A grade there, mostly because she's just smashing out the enemy, they're dying, they can't heal, and she's going at fast speed, which super helps out. Overall grade though, she does get an A+ grade, mostly because of her offense and her defense. This honestly could easily flex down to an A grade versus an A+ grade, mostly for the fact of her defensive grade might be shifting, but for right now, she's still safe at an A+ grade. She's still an awesome hero, and I really appreciate you watching the content. Please make sure you go ahead, subscribe, also turn notifications on because I am doing this daily. I really appreciate all the support. I'll see you on the next one.